Season 2 starts off with a new pace, introducing different characters and different plots. A few days after the events in the Season 1 finale, Paige starts her job with Athena, who becomes a horrible boss to her. Meanwhile, Rachel grows suspicious of the fact that Paige disappeared. This is later solved when Athena walks in during the experiment and tells the members that Paige would be replaced with someone else, Stephanie. Stephanie Gates is a genius with a horrid mother. Her mom thinks she failed Stephanie and sends her to the experiment. At the house, Rachel and Stephanie clash with each other. After learning about Stephanie's past and later on agreeing with Stephanie's opinions, Rachel decides to tell Stephanie about her suspicions that still didn't go away. The two decide that something weird is going on. Things get stranger when Olivia eats something that was poisoned by Athena and falls ill, passing out every now and then. Stephanie and Rachel decide that they have to find a way out, and Olivia suggests the shoe. Later on, Ian expresses his distrust towards Stephanie. After a fight with his own group, Ian joins the other one with members Ashley, Jackson, and Lulu. The four decide that they are going to take the house to themselves. As they approach the kitchen, Stephanie tries to stop them and breaks the camera, making it look like an accident. Ian, feeling guilty about his betrayal, rejoins the group when Stephanie informs him on her and Rachel's plan. He keeps Jackson, Lulu, and Ashley upstairs by telling them that the others are cleaning downstairs. Olivia dies, leaving Rachel, Maria, Stephanie, and Ian heartbroken. Rachel, Maria, and Ian decide to go through the shoe, and they do. Inside the shoe, Maria decides that nothing is wrong and leaves Rachel and Ian on their own. Meanwhile, Richard, with the help of an inside source in the experiment, learns that Artemis and Alex were put in mental hospitals and sets out to save them. After narrowly avoiding an attack on his house by Athena's henchmen, Richard finds himself on the run. He discovers that Artemis escaped and sets out to get Alex, bumping into Jennifer Sutian along the way. Jennifer is Rachel's best friend and has problems with hyperventilating. When she ran into Richard, she freaks out, but he convinces her that he's a good guy. Richard, who still needed to get Alex from the mental hospital, sends Jennifer in. She discovered that Alex went insane. Since Alex is not allowed to leave the mental hospital, Jennifer and Richard head out on their own. The two make a bond, but a few moments later, Jennifer's dad knocks out Richard, who did the same earlier. Richard convinces Mr. Sutian that he's a good guy, and when Athena's henchmen search the Sutian's house, Mr. Sutian stalls the henchmen, allowing Jennifer and Richard to escape. However, Mr. Sutian gets kidnapped. Jennifer and Richard head to the experiment headquarters, where Richard tells Jennifer to find Paige. Jennifer walks in and mistakes Athena for Paige. The real Paige realizes that what's going on is terribly wrong, but ends up getting trapped inside the building by Athena's henchmen. Paige discovers that Rachel and Ian are going through the chute when she looks at the cameras. She turns them off and, with the help of Richard's source, Gail, escapes the headquarters. Paige runs into Richard, and the two find Rachel and Ian. Paige tells Rachel and Ian to go back through the chute because the cameras would be turned on any minute. Richard tells him that he will get them out later on. Later, Richard gets a phone call from Athena, who has Artemis, Gail, and Jennifer at her house. Richard makes a switch with Athena, trading himself for Jennifer. Jennifer leaves, alone.